What if I told you that the world around you is filled with secret messages, and you never even noticed? It might sound like a conspiracy theory, but it's not. Hidden symbols are everywhere, in logos, buildings, everyday objects, and believe me, nothing is there by accident. Everything has a meaning, an intention, a silent purpose that influences your choices without you even realizing it. The question is, are you paying attention to these details? Or have you spent your entire life looking but never truly seeing? The truth is, symbols have always been used to communicate powerful ideas without words. Governments, religions, major brands, they all use the strategy to convey messages and shape perceptions. Have you ever wondered why certain colors make you feel safe while others put you on alert? Or why some logos seem to attract you without explanation? This is no coincidence, it's pure strategy. And if you think this doesn't affect your life, it's because you haven't yet learned to decipher the hidden codes that are everywhere. Now, imagine if you could see beyond the obvious, understand the hidden meanings, and use this knowledge to your advantage. The world would never be the same again. But to do that, you first need to awaken this perception. Are you ready to see what has always been right in front of you, but no one ever taught you to notice? Then let's dive into this invisible universe, where every detail tells a story, and every symbol carries a secret. Amid the chaos of everyday life, few people notice the hidden secrets in the details. A simple logo, a pattern in a building, even a forgotten coin in your pocket. Everything can hold a deeper meaning. Since ancient times, humanity has assigned symbolism to objects, as if they were small vaults carrying silent messages. But are we paying attention to these signs? Imagine looking at a clock and suddenly realizing that its shape, colors, and layout are not random. The truth is, we live surrounded by invisible codes, waiting to be deciphered. Symbolism is not a modern invention but a guiding thread that runs through cultures and civilizations. From cave paintings to sophisticated digital icons, everything communicates something beyond the obvious. In ancient times, kings and priests used symbols to demonstrate power and spirituality. Today, major brands do the same, using colors, shapes, and images to convey emotions and ideas without saying a single word. And the most intriguing part? Our brains unconsciously absorb these meanings, shaping our perceptions without us realizing it. So, was that design choice just aesthetic, or is there a subliminal message embedded in it? What if everything around you hid secrets waiting to be revealed? A wedding ring on a finger can be just an accessory or a symbol of eternal commitment. A four-leaf clover? Luck and fortune. Even the emoji you send on WhatsApp can carry more meaning than you imagine. Now, stop and think. How many times have you come across an apparently trivial detail and felt there was something more to it? This is the game of symbolism. It's everywhere, but only the observant can see it. And once you realize this, everything around you takes on a new layer of meaning. But among all the symbols that surround us, few are as strategically designed as those found in the logos of major brands. Have you ever analyzed the logos of the brands you consume the most? They are not there by chance. Every line, color, and shape has a well-defined purpose. Take Amazon, for example. The curved arrow under the name looks like a friendly smile, but if you look closely, you'll notice it connects the letter A to Z, symbolizing that the company sells everything. The FedEx logo hides a perfect arrow between the letters E and X, reinforcing the idea of movement and fast delivery. These visual messages, subtle and strategic, are designed to impact your mind without you noticing. Comparing different brands, it becomes clear how symbolism is a powerful communication tool. McDonald's uses a golden M that, besides referencing the name, unconsciously resembles the shape of a hug, conveying warmth. The Apple logo, a bitten apple, referencing the story of Adam and Eve, knowledge and temptation. Nike opts for a simple swoosh, a fluid mark that evokes speed and dynamism. Each of these elements reinforces the brand's values and influences how the public perceives it. You may not realize it, but your brain recognizes and responds to these messages every day. Companies spend millions to ensure their symbols speak louder than words. The goal? To create a strong identity that attracts consumers and generates emotional connection. Blue, for example, is often used to convey trust. Look at Facebook and Samsung. While red triggers intense emotions and grabs attention, like Coca-Cola and Netflix. Now, imagine if your life had a logo. What symbol would represent your values and aspirations? Maybe it's time to start realizing that everything around you communicates something. And there's no better place to see this in action than in the very architecture of cities. Every building carries a message. Some structures impose themselves as symbols of power, while others tell stories of a distant past. Take the pyramids of Egypt. Beyond their grandeur, their triangular shape represented the connection between Earth and the gods, a true gateway to eternity. The Eiffel Tower, initially criticized for its appearance, today symbolizes innovation and French cultural identity. And the Taj Mahal? More than an architectural masterpiece, it's an eternal declaration of love. Nothing in its structure is random. Every arch, every dome carries a deep meaning, often invisible to untrained eyes. Architectural details are silent codes that translate the mindset of an era. Gothic churches, with their colorful stained glass windows and pointed towers, aim to lift the faithful's gaze to the heavens, symbolizing the search for the divine. In contrast, modern skyscrapers reflect society's ambition and technological advancement. Have you noticed how many mirrored buildings exist in big cities? They are not just there for aesthetics. The glass reflects the surrounding environment, creating an illusion of fusion between the building and the outside world, a symbol of urban dynamism. Architecture is not just concrete and steel. It's a visual language that shapes our experience. But this symbolism is not limited to grand monuments. The place where you live also communicates something. In some cultures, red doors symbolize welcome and prosperity, while houses with large windows demonstrate transparency and openness. Even the choice of materials can carry symbolic weight. Wood evokes warmth, while metal conveys modernity. Now, imagine that every element of your home tells a story. What is it saying about you? And if you found that intriguing, get ready, because some of the most common everyday objects hide even more surprising meanings. Have you ever looked at an everyday object and felt it had something special, almost as if it carried a secret? Often, this intuition is not a coincidence. Take coins, for example. Besides their economic function, they are filled with symbolism. The eagle on the US dollar represents power and freedom, while the Brazilian real features images of historical figures to reinforce national identity. Even the shape and materials chosen can have hidden meanings, conveying messages about value and tradition. But the interesting part is that it's not just official objects that carry symbols. Sometimes, even a simple accessory can hide a fascinating story. Jewelry and accessories, for example, are more than fashion items. A ring can symbolize commitment and alliance, but its position on the finger changes its meaning in different cultures. A pendant in the shape of a key? In some traditions, it represents knowledge or even the gateway to new opportunities. And the emojis we use daily? The famous folded hands, which many interpret as prayer or thank you, in Japan actually represents an apology gesture. Small symbols inserted into our routine without us realizing it, shaping meanings and influencing how we communicate. But are we paying attention to these invisible messages? The most fascinating thing is that once you start noticing these details, the world never looks the same again. The numbers on clocks, patterns on fabrics, flag designs, everything can carry a hidden purpose. Have you noticed the small hole in the cap of a Bic pen? Besides preventing internal pressure, it also serves a safety purpose, to prevent choking if a child swallows the cap. The point is, by paying more attention, we begin to see the secret codes of reality. And the most impressive part? This perception not only reveals the world in a new way but also changes how we interact with it. Now tell me, will you continue passing by the symbols of life without noticing them? Or will you open your eyes to a new world of meanings? If you want to learn more about how these hidden details influence your perception, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Because believe me, what's coming next will change the way you see everything around you.